Good day once again, viewers, my students. I urge you to always make sure you take down notes whenever you're watching this video. Please take that. It's very important so that you can jot down necessary information that will help you remember what you've learned. So let's move. Today we are continuing our lessons on production. Theory of production 2. So let's see what we have to do here. Here we define scale of preference. We define economies of scale, we differentiate between internal and external economies of scale, explain the types of internal economies of scale, analyze these economies of scale, outline the advantages and disadvantages of large-scale production. All right, let's see, let's go. What's a scale of production? This refers to the size or level of output of a firm or industry measured in terms of the quantity of goods or services produced. In terms of what? Quantity of goods and services produced. The size or level of output of a firm or industry as far as it has to do with the quantity of goods or services produced. These can be classified into 3 categories: small scale, medium scale, and large scale production. Now, what is a small scale production in terms of scale of production? This is characterized by low output, limited resources, and simple technology. When these are the criteria or parameters available in production, you have what? A small scale output or small scale production. When there's low output, limited resources to be used, and simple technology, you don't expect them to produce en masse. Okay? Then medium scale production involves moderate output, moderate resources, and then moderately complex technology. It's a little bit more difficult, but not out of reach, not unmanageable, all right? So that will bring what? A medium scale production. Then large scale production involves high output, abundant resources, advanced technology. These things make production grow in size, right? Expand in scale. So yeah, these are the 3 major divisions of what scale of production. So what we have here is an image of what comes with scale of economies of scale. All right. So in economies of scale, you will find efficient production. All right. You find a spread of risks in doing what you're doing. You'll find reduction in promotion costs. You have cheaper capital available for your production. You have reduction in logistic costs, as well as you buy in bulk. These are what makes economies of scale very, very possible. Okay? If you check it very well, either all of these or some of them or more of them are very, very present when you talk about economies of scale. All right. So what's economies of scale? It refers to the cost advantage that a firm or industry enjoy or experiences as it increases its production volume, resulting in lower cost per unit of output. As far as they expand their production capacity, right, they will increase in output, and then that will ultimately mean what? Lower cost per unit. That is what makes it what? Economies of scale. This will occur when the cost of production is reducing, right? When the cost of producing 1 more unit of a good or service decreases, as total quantity of the product also what? Increases. If you see this happening, you can see that there's what? Economies of scale, right? We have 2 main types of economies of scale. We have internal economies and what? External economies of scale. So let's look at them one at a time. What are internal economies of scale? This refers to cost advantages that a firm experiences as it increases in production volume. All right? Cost advantage that a firm will enjoy or experiences as it increases what? Its production volume. That is, cost advantage means cost will fall as output increases. These advantages arise from within the firm itself rather than what? From outside or external factors such as industry trends or market conditions. Now, it has to be what? From within the activities of the company. It's what they're able to generate. The ideas have grown within themselves. to be able to affect production in terms of cost reduction and expansion of output. When that happens, you know that the world they are enjoying internal economies of scale. What are external economies of scale? It refers to the cost advantage that a firm will enjoy or experience as a result of what external factors. These advantages arise from outside the firm itself and are often related to what firm's location, industry, or market. It could be that they have information that they can borrow from other people, production processes or practices that they learn from other people, all right, or information, as the case may be. They might just, maybe the market size, of course, the marketing of the product may be because of what others are doing to make them sell, all right. So there are a lot of things that can happen to a company for them to enjoy external economies of scale that is not coming from the action within the company, all right. That's what we call external economies of scale. Now, to look at this, there are the difference between internal and external economies of scale. Now, for internal economies of scale, expansion of the firm itself is not very fast, okay? The expansion is not very fast, all right? But if it's external economies of scale, it might expand because industries can influence your expansion to be very, very fast, okay? Now, lower long-term average cost. Long-term average cost will drop, all right? Will drop more within the economy, within the company itself. The benefits of this or all firms, it benefits all firms or most all firms, all right? This is what internal, but this one benefits that of the external economies benefits all the firms. They enjoy the same benefit average all, but this one internal we help them to lower the average cost within the company's activities. Then you have efficiencies from larger scale production. All right, when they do this, they will enjoy large scale production, and that means improvement in total output. Agglomeration economies are important. When these firms can enjoy from one another, you talk about what? Agglomeration of economies, all right? Meaning everyone can rub up each other to enjoy what others are enjoying, and that can help bring up or expand the company's production. You have range of economies, right? Technical and financial economies, and so much you can enjoy from internal source. But externally, it helps to expand the rapid growth of many cities, all right? When you talk about external economies of scale, it helps to expand a society or a city, because firms are concentrated over that place. It will bring a lot of demand for infrastructural facilities, which will make the place become more developed faster than as the case may be, all right? Now, we want to classify internal economies of scale, the different types of what? Internal economies of scale. One is that they have financial economies. They enjoy what? Financial economies. This means that they can easily manage their finances, how they buy and sell raw materials and other financial involvement to a better outcome, all right? Because of the size of the firm, they can buy things cheaper, they can buy things on credit, they can access money easily. That means what? They have financial economies. They have also administrative economies. In this case, they can actually attract the best brains, the best hands to do what? To be able to manage the economy or the company very well, all right? They can have experts in various fields, accounting, management, all right, as well as maybe marketing and so on, all right? They can bring in people, and they can have a very well planned out processes of things to be done that will help grow the company's, all right, production process as well as wealth, all right? They have technical economies of scale. This means that they can be able to acquire the latest technology at a very affordable price or cost, whereby other small companies may not be able to do that. They can acquire the best technology that will help them improve output and quality of the product over time, all right? Here we have also what? Specialization economy. They can actually break down production into several units and put the right persons there to make sure that the quality of the product is enhanced and then more is produced, right? They have specialization is what? Economy. And we have welfare economy, all right? In this case, they can provide more welfare for their workers or staff. In general, they can also go ahead sometimes to also make sure that the economy of the community where they are enjoys some social benefits as well. because they can actually put street lights because of how they are earned, all right? They can make life of workers better. They can care for their workers or staff, families as well. This in itself is what improvement in welfare. That alone can actually bring more quality to the product of the business. They have research economy. Because of the size of their wealth and capacity of production, they go out all out to do what? To know more about the product and what the consumers want. That will bring back into the production line to make it even much more better for consumption of those products being produced, or even the quality of product is being enhanced by such research, all right? Risk-bearing economy. In this case, most products or most producers or companies have how they spread their risks, all right? They may duplicate or bring up other aspects of the product to make sure that they spread the risk, all right? They do one or two other things that will help them to cushion losses from what they do. That's what big companies can do because they have the ability and finance strength to do that much, all right? Then we have marketing economies of scale. This means that their products are easily sold, all right, reaches far and wide because of how much reach they can acquire to obtain, all right? So this also makes them what? To enjoy economies of scale because they have all it takes to push their products far and wide to get to the customers or consumers that are not very close to them. This also what is also referred to as internal economies of scale. We have classes of external economies of scale. We have one, that is the types of external economies of scale. We have infrastructural economies of scale, all right? In this case, better transport system is developed in that area where the companies are what? Developed or situated. Because of the need for good road transport system for them to thrive, they enjoy what? Infrastructural development. Skilled labor. In that area of concentration of most firms, all right, you have a pool of skills that do virtually the same thing. So they can easily access more skills or better skills to do their job. It depends on how much they can pay. Have research development. These developments of us also are accessible to new firms, all right, or new industry. Although even everyone that is there can actually access it, all right. So when they have research ideas that are already running and are successful, right, other existing firms around will actually take note of it and begin to enshrine it in their own productive process. They can access new technology or ideas, all right. Suppliers network. As far as that place is a place where that industry is located or situated, all right, there will be several ideas or customers or suppliers of products of such nature. And before you know, every company is benefiting from that suppliers that come to supply other raw materials or buy in bulk to supply to the public. That also is a way of enjoying external economies of scale. We have government support. Sometimes government will begin to do tax break or tax holidays or bring subsidies for that particular industry in that location. That was okay to encourage them to do business. You might give them tax holiday or tax break, all right? This also becomes a part of benefit enjoyed because of locating yourself among other firms of similar products. All right, cluster effect, shared resources and shared efficiencies. Right, of course, when producers buy resources for production, raw materials, sometimes they don't need much, so they will actually sell to others around. And those who supply these resources can also make deals with other ones that are not the original customers to bring them the same resources at the same or cheaper cost as the case may be. So that's what we call it external economies of scale, and it's what is location based. So what are these economies of scale? What are these economies of scale? These economies of scale means or refers to the disadvantages a firm suffers due to its increase in size or due to the presence of other firms around it. Due to its increase in size or the presence of other firms around it, those other firms must have advanced internally and those things that will undermine some other companies who are not growth-minded or effective as much as they are. All right? It refers to the occurrence where cost per unit of production increases as quantity produced increase. All right? Now, this occurs when a firm experiences increasing marginal cost per additional unit of output produced, resulting in decreased efficiency and profitability. Now, if this is the case, companies will suffer what? Will suffer diseconomies of scale, all right? There are two types of diseconomies of scale, internal and what? External diseconomies of scale, okay? What are the causes of this? We have one, employee cost. When workers demand for higher wage, okay, or you employ more than you need, you need to employ, the cost of managing them may make you begin to lose control or do otherwise in what you should be able to do before and make sure you are efficient. But because of this cost, it may hurt the financial strength of a business to bring it down on its knees, and that will make sure that the company suffers diseconomies of scale. Number two is communication failure. When there's difficulty in passing information across effectively to bring a positive feedback, there's room for diseconomies of scale. Workers will become carefree or do things their own way because they are not properly informed or communicated to. That can cause problem. We have compliance cost. There are some regulations that require you to do some things that are very costly in it, and that also become what? A problem. When you're not able to comply to some costs related to your production, it makes what? It begins to make your firm suffer, and that becomes what? A form of what? Diseconomies of scale for the firm. All right, administrative cost. Some persons, all right, bring this kind of cost to a business whereby they become so carefree about taking their job so serious and thereby causing the company to spend more for little outcome. As a firm grows in size, it may become more difficult to manage and coordinate production, leading to what? Inefficiencies and increased cost of production. These are what we refer to as what? Diseconomies of scale. All right. Some of the examples of what makes this thing possible are what? Examples of this is a place where we can see a large firm that have become too big to manage efficiently. For instance, a company may experience decreased productivity and increased cost due to what? Poor communication, overcrowding in the factory places, all right, or mismatch in optimal outputs and separate operation, duplication of job, all right, for selfish reasons, all right, creating more offices where it's not necessary, all right, can bring about what? Diseconomies of scale. What are the consequences if you suffer this diseconomies of scale? All right, it involves what? Decreased competitiveness. You lose your competitive edge to others. All right, reduced profitability. It also means that you lost profit from your fall in output, increase in cost of production. You lose what? You lose profitability. All right, even financial difficulties can happen. All right, so yes, you find it difficult to meet financial needs because you can't be able to grow financially enough money you need to run such business. Types of diseconomies of scale. All right, we have internal diseconomies. Number one is it arises from within this firm, all right, such as communication breakdown, insufficient management, inefficient management and win, then overcrowding. These all things are problems that come from within. When there's no proper communication, it happens from within. It can cause what? A problem in the communication or production process. Then inefficient management. People don't really care about how others feel. They don't really care about how others carry out their jobs according to prescribed process. Right? They just stay there, and before you know, things go bad. That also what brings about diseconomies of scale internally. When there's overcrowding of the factory place, people come in to work and they're not organized and they're not given quotas to engaged in production. You can be overcrowding, and that also becomes what? Diseconomies of scale. External diseconomies of scale, right, arise from outside the firm, such as increased transportation costs, higher labor costs due to what? Competition, and environmental degradation. These are the three examples of external diseconomies of scale. When these become the order of the day, the company loses value. This is what? Value, of course. Then we have the next technical economies or diseconomies of scale. These are the third method of what, or the third diseconomies of scale we're talking about. Now, this arises from the production process itself, such as what? Decreased productivity due to what? Complexity of the operating technology, all right? When those who are managing this technology are not knowledgeable enough, it will bring what? Technical diseconomies, or inefficient use of resources, whereby you don't know how to combine different productive inputs to give you the required equilibrium to produce the best output possible. You have what? Inefficient use of resources as a diseconomy of scale. Increased waste and pollution, where the byproducts of what you're doing are not properly managed, all right? So the society also what? Suffers, not only your company. So these are the things that makes what? The three types of diseconomies of scale. We talk about large-scale production, which is what? Part of the scale of production we're talking about, all right? What is a large-scale production? It refers to production of process that involves a volume of outputs, high volume of outputs, using significant resources, advanced technology, and a large workforce to manufacture goods or provide services on a massive scale. Take note, on what? On a massive scale. All this we talked about, if the output is not much, we can call it what? Large-scale production. The use of high volume of output, the achievement of high volume of output and the use of significant resources, advanced technology, and large workforce should lead to what? Massive scale of production or massive output. So that's what we mean by what? Large scale production. The production that involves high volume of output, the use of significant resources, and advanced technology must give us what? Large output. You see this one here? This is a production line. Okay, I think they're trying to inspect the eggs, or maybe clean it up to make it useful for the market as well. So, but this is what? An egg line, an egg processing line, possibly to wash it clean or to check anyone is bad before it can be taken out for sales in the market. All right. This is also what? A poultry farm. You can see that there are so many of them, and the farm is big enough. So this is what? Large-scale production. Some people rear only 2 or 3. But here, this in there are thousands or hundreds of thousands. All right. Yes. This is another one, production line for cars. Right. You see that they are lined up as they move. They're being taken care of one at a time. This is it. All right. At this point, they're almost completed. All right. But when it is here, it is still under production. But when it got here, it has always almost completed its production. Yeah, that's what? Large-scale production, when you produce en masse. Okay? Now, we have disadvantages of large-scale production. We'll do advantages first. We have advantages of large-scale production. When you produce en masse, what happens? You enjoy internal economies of scale, as well as external economies of scale, as well as division of labor, as well as use of machines, all right, because you have expertise that can manage these machines, all right. You have more production output, of course. You have low cost of production as well. You have cheap and easy loans that can be collected by you. You have standard of goods improvement, of course. You have advertisement and sales economy. That means you advertise at a cheaper cost, because those who advertise will want to come for your company because they know you, and as far as there are many out there to market for you, to do your job for you, it means what? That you can enjoy a cheaper cost of advertisement and salesmanship. That in itself is an advantage of what? Large-scale production. The advantages of that, the opposite side of these advantages include the following. Evils of factory system. Pilfering, all right, mismanagement, carefree, lackadaisical attitude that can halt or disrupt production negatively. That's one of the things. Then we have danger of overproduction. Sometimes there's overproduction because the owner of the business may want to cash into what? Large-scale production, not knowing that the market is dropping. So before you know, they have overproduced. Then less supervision. When there's less supervision, things go wrong, okay? This is a disadvantage of large-scale production. You have monopoly. Monopoly can set in, all right, when a market can supply almost every need of the market. When a firm can supply every need of the market, it becomes what? A disadvantage. You can increase monopoly. Then class struggle, all right? Some firms are already there, up there, while others are trying to meet up. In so doing, you may have negativity being presented all the time. So this also can create acrimony or bad blood among competing firms. That can also be what? A problem for what? Large-scale production. Dependence on foreign market. That also what? When foreign market is no longer viable, what happens? What you have produced can no longer be sold. You have a problem what? With large-scale production. The possibility of war also brings down what? Some problems in what? In production. Lack of adaptability to new technology, all right, or to the production process that has been employed can also bring what? A problem with large-scale production. Individual tastes are ignored in large-scale production. Sometimes some specifics are not taken care of, all right, in producing some goods. And that also brings bad market, all right, a drop in sales and also in quality of goods. That also brings dangers or disadvantages of what? Large-scale production. They have unequal distribution of wealth, okay? The rich gets richer, the poor gets poorer. That means the bigger companies will produce more and sell. The smaller companies will produce little that they have and may not even be able to sell more because they sell at a larger quantity at the affordable price as well. So these are our consideration for what? This theory of production, what? Part 2. Let's check some questions that we will need to end this part of our learning. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we can take from here. A large firm may experience diseconomies of scale if there is what? If there's difficulty in coordinating what? Decision. Thank you very much. That's the answer, number A. Productivity per worker is best measured by what? Is it total output less number of workers? Is it total output multiplied by number of workers? Is it number of workers less total output? Is it total amount of dividend? Total output divided by number of workers? Yes, that's the answer. All right, that's what? That is productivity. The output per labor or man hour. All right, good. Productive resources are called what? They are called factors of production. Okay. Let's check the next one. The performance of one task in a process is known as what? Specialization. Farming, mining, and fishing are examples of what? Primary production. Okay.